Life path number 3. So what I'm seeing so far, without even getting the cards, is that with life path number 3, there are so many things to be grateful for. And it's time to really start being grateful for them and start being grateful for life, and don't allow negative thinking to get you down, because you are moving forward, but you may feel as though it's not fully what you want, but it's okay. It's time to just be grateful and not allow yourself to just get caught up in negative thinking of feeling like things are against you and feeling as though things aren't what you truly want them to be, because as long as you have gratitude, you can most likely change things and make it to what you want it to be. But as long as you allow yourself to be in negative energy, it's just going to keep being negative, because that's the way that you're looking at certain things. One thing that I'm also hearing is that what you resist persists. And what that means to me is all about when you go through life and you try to avoid certain things, it's just going to follow you around. So that's why it's so important to stand your ground on what you truly want and stand your ground on how you truly feel, because what you resist will persist. And the cards that want to show themselves so far in this reading is asking you to get out your comfort zone. A lot of you have been in your comfort zone, and a lot of you have been doing shadow work. And shadow work is all about like just meditating on what you can, like what has happened, and meditating on the lesson, and just like mentally getting to a place of conquering the fear that's in your head. But I see that you all have been doing that and like really trying to get to a better place mentally. But it's like every single time that you go to this place mentally to fully release it and get you to a better emotional mental state, it's like every time you do that, it takes you to a dark hole, and then you start seeing so many different aspects of your life that you wish you would have did differently and shoulda, woulda, coulda. And instead of releasing that mental battle and those emotional baggages, instead of releasing it, it's like you get stuck there. And it's asking you, like, if you're going to do shadow work or the dark night of the soul, then make sure that you release it. Because sometimes, like, if you go to this dark place and you ain't fully ready for it, sometimes you still get stuck there. And it's asking you to really get to that moment of having this emotional, beautiful aura, which is the Queen of Cups, of really just realizing that, yes, you are doing shadow work, but you have to have this loving energy that you're going to love it regardless and be able to release it, because you have this great emotional capacity within you. And you need to, if you go and do shadow work or mentally trying to get over something, and then you go there in your mind to release it, then you have to love it and release it. Because if you don't, you're going to have that energy still on you, and it's like you did that quote unquote shadow work for nothing when you didn't release it. You just went there just to look at it, and it got you to a point of feeling down about yourself, and that wasn't the whole intentions for going to that dark place. That dark place, your intentions for going to that dark place was to release it so you don't have to keep going through it. So it's asking you to have this more emotional awareness and this openness and this more emotional loving capacity that's within you. You have to be more loving to it and get out your comfort zone. And by getting out your comfort zone in whatever way it is, I think it has to do with money or a business. It's asking you to have more faith because your faith is being tested, and it's really just asking you, like, are you going to have faith? Are you going to continue with what you're doing? Because if you're going to be scared of doing certain things, then it's you're really not moving forward in the best possible way, because you are moving with fear, and you're moving in constant looking over your shoulder. And it's like the turtle walks a little bit, takes a little bit of steps, look around, and then goes back in his shell. Then it comes about like sticks his neck out 5 minutes later, just to walk a couple more steps and then go back into its shell. So it's asking you, like, have more faith, because you have so much to give. You have so much to give, and I think that's where um, a lot of your faith is getting tested at, because you're not realizing how much you have to give to this world and how much you can fully like help so many different people by so much wisdom that you have, and so many things that you have, and so much resources that you have. And you're not seeing how knowledgeable that you are, and how you can really just help this world out, because it's like you don't have the right boundaries in place. Because a lot of times, I think this is a people pleasing card. A lot of people may be hitting you up wanting to talk to you, and hitting you up via email, phone, text, and just wanting your time, but you don't have the correct boundaries in place. So a lot of people is coming to take up your time, and are they reciprocating? Because what I see is that at this point, you are kind of people pleasing at this point, and it's asking you to, yes, this major change that you want to happen, this major change that you are manifesting, it can happen. This major change is something that you have been really aiming for, but it's like, are you going to fully make the change, or are you going to continuously being stuck in your comfort zone? Because if you continuously be in your comfort zone, it's like you're manifesting for no reason if you're going to be scared when a manifestation comes. So it's asking you to have more faith, because if you don't have faith, then you really don't have anything, because you're just walking through life and not really having a vision as to where you want to go. So at this moment, you have to stand your ground and what you truly want, and not be so bombarded by these memories that you are trying to let go of, and these people that truly don't want the best for you. Because, not saying that they're evil or anything, but you just don't have the right boundaries up. So every time somebody's calling you or wants to hang out, it's like you're the yes man. So it's asking you to really stand your ground on what you truly want, and really get out your comfort zone, because there's so many different projects and so many different things that you're holding on to, and you're not really seeing the value in them. And it's like, you know that these things that you're holding on to are valuable, but you're just not seeing yourself in the best light that can really help change so many different lives. It's like, you have the idea, you have some of the projects that are written out, that are blueprints, but it's like you're not fully standing your ground and putting it out there. When you have so much to give, you have so much to give, so much love to give, so much emotional things that you went through that can really help somebody else. So many emotional things that happened that wasn't the best. It got you to a place of realizing more and more what love is to you. And it's asking you to really just drop this sword that you have, because your eye is on a prize of something, and you're sacrificing yourself constantly for this goal. And it's like, you may be going about it the wrong way, because this goal that you have in mind, it's like mentally you are trying to get to the goal, and you're just not having the most love about yourself. It's like you're seeing certain things about yourself and you're not liking it. So you're trying to sacrifice yourself instead of loving yourself. And it's asking you to really just realize what you're doing, because a lot of the times we try to make ourselves perfect, not realizing that the imperfections are what make us truly who we are. And it's time to really just start loving the imperfections of yourself and the imperfections of this world. Yeah, there are certain things that we can change, but we don't have to hate ourselves the whole time until the things change. No, it's time to bring more love to you and start realizing, like, is whatever goal that you want so bad, is it worth it? Because you will get it, but is it worth it? Because mentally, you have been in a shit show and it's been hurting you.